Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining me here as I do an inbox review of the Airfix 172nd Martin B-26B Marauder. And I picked this up a while back. I haven't built a medium bomber before. And you can take a look at the front cover. You get two different marking options. If we look at the side, of course, you got your standard warnings and things like that in different languages. Notice here, model design and tooling, 1972. Decal scheme and pack design, 2018. It's also cartograph decals. So, this is an old kit and a new box. So this ought to be interesting. So let's take a look at what's inside. Instruction sheet, decals. We'll come back to those. Everything is in one bag. So let me get this open and we'll go through the sprues. Okay, so this is one half of the fuselage. And the details, the panel lines are raised, but they're very fine and delicate. I'm not going to really worry too much. Raised panel lines don't bother me, and you can still bring them out with maybe some chalks or some washes. You got a couple of sink marks right here on the nose. Okay, here's the other half of the fuselage. Okay. And inside a combination of raised and recessed panel lines. It's a little flash along the edges. This needs to be sanded smooth. Here's the bottom half of the wings. Same thing, you got some nice recessed details as well as the raised panel lines. You got some interior of the wheel wells. Don't look too bad. Next sprue. Looks like we got interior parts. Oh, that's nice. Get that out of the background. That's some pretty nice detail on the floor. There's your 50 cals. They're in separate pieces. You got to glue them together. Same thing with the wheels and tires. And here's your ladders. We got some pen marks here. Also some rough areas on these. I guess these are probably Bombay doors. There's to clean that up. There's one of the bulkheads. Some more parts of the interior. I got a lot of pen marks. You have two pilots there. They're not too bad. Get in there. Okay, so instrument panel. It's part of the fuselage. Interior there. A little flash here and there, but that's to be expected. Landing gear. Doesn't look too bad. And engine nacelles. Okay. Okay. Here is the rear stabilizers. It really is nice. You can tell if you can see it on camera. You got the smooth plastic here, but you got this. It looks like fabric. Did have a few parts that have come off in the bag, so I'm just going to leave those right there. This is more of the cockpit interior. Look at that, guys. That is nice. That's going to look really good painted up and a wash put on. Same thing with this bulkhead. Engines. Your seats, front landing gear, the cowlings here. Look, another figure. Okay, that's cool. He's holding the beer barrel. The clear parts are separately bagged. They look pretty decent. Okay, let's have a go with the instructions. So as usual with airplanes, you start with the cockpit. And have you doing the wing assembly. The wings. Airfix has you adding the landing gear on and then putting the nacelles together. I don't like to put my landing gear on to the very end, so I'm going to make sure that I could double check. Doing some dry fitting, just making sure that if I put the nacelles together, I'll be able to get the landing gear on, but I should be able to. I like to leave them off to the very end because they're painted different color. You know, if you prime your model and paint it, then you got to mask off the landing gear. I don't like doing that, so I just put them on the very end. Plus, it keeps them from breaking. Okay, then once you have all the interior, everything built up that goes inside, then they have you putting the fuselage halves together. And with the top turret as well, squeezed in there. And the clear parts that go inside the fuselage. All right. Then come over here to step 11. You got all your gear doors. Put your wing halves together. Again, I don't put my gear doors on to the very end because, again, inside color is different than the outside color, so it makes it a lot easier to paint them separate than put them on at the very end of the build. It looks like you can pose the bomb bay either open or closed. Okay, so that's that part that I thought was you got an option of putting that on if you want to close up your bomb bay. I like them open. Why not show it off? Machine guns, tail, and our two markings. So the first one is the Big Hairy Bird, 599th Bombardment Squadron, 397th Bombardment Group, 9th Air Force, United States Army Air Force, England, 4445. And then the next one is your traditional olive drab over a neutral gray. And this is flak bait, 449th Bombardment Squadron, 322nd Bombardment Group, 9th Air Force, United States Army Air Force, Europe, 4445. Okay. And when I looked these up, they actually have this plane has been restored and it's in the Smithsonian, the flak bait. So I'm really leaning toward this one because I just like my bombers to be, I like them that way, the olive drab over neutral gray, but of course it is cool to have the invasion stripes. So, decisions. The nose is a little, that's a little over the top, but again, I do like the invasion stripes, but I might go with flak bait. We'll make that decision later. And the decals look very nice. They are cartographed, so they're going to be, they should work pretty well. They are very glossy. You can see flak bait. decal for the instrument panel. On this blue backing, you're not going to be able to read those, but maybe when they come off, you can see what they say. 72 Martin B-26B Marauder. For an old kit, it looks like a pretty nice kit. But we'll see. I'm sure it's going to need some sanding and filling here and there. But that's modeling. And I'm going to get going on it, so it looks fun. All right, guys, thank you. Take care. We'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.